Well, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, it's not very unpleasant. Nichelle Nichols' family has lodged, I think, 2 lawsuits in relation to Nichelle's death. Now, I don't remember hearing anything at the time. I was curious the circumstances of her death, but they never really talked about it, so I just assumed she had passed away peacefully, that it was expected that she'd had long-term health problems, and I didn't really think about it. But apparently, no. She was living in a assisted living place called Millie's, which just sounds cute, near her son in southern New Mexico, and she was complaining of shortness of breath. So they sent her to the Gila Regional Medical Center in Silver City, and she was there, I think, just overnight. Basically, they didn't do a workup or anything. They didn't do any heart scans or anything. They just put her in an observation unit, so they probably just put her in a bed overnight and then sent her home the next day. Worse off, apparently she felt worse the next day. So she didn't get better. She didn't get any treatment, any scans or anything, apparently, allegedly. And she died 7 hours later. She went back home to Millie's, and I guess they sent her home in the morning, and she died 7 hours later, so I'm guessing she died in the evening. So that's pretty upsetting. They claim that she had a manageable heart problem, and had they done a scan or done something, they would have been able to treat whatever it was, and she wouldn't have died. So it's really sad to think that she passed away because of, I guess, neglect. But neglect sounds bad in relation to like sounds like she's in some like nursing home not being fed or something. But they didn't do what the actress family feel that they should have done to try and assess the situation. And clearly there was a problem. It wasn't discovered or addressed or treated, and she died 7 hours later. So it's really sad. It sounds like it was avoidable. They're also suing another company in the same lawsuit called Health Tech Management Services. So I'm guessing those are the people who were hiring people and managing the staff at the medical centre, which they said they were doing, what was it? Where are my notes? They're doing a lot of oh god, what was it? It was like they were going through a lot of staff. They were doing a lot of not hiring and firing, but a lot of cost cutting and cutting back on people, and they didn't have the staff they should have had, and that led to things not being addressed, and things being ignored. So it's just really sad, just 'cause it sounds like it was totally avoidable, and yeah. So yeah, I hadn't heard anything about this. I just assumed that she had passed, that it wasn't unexpected. It was because she had been, she had had heart problems. She had had a heart attack, a stroke, a few years back, and I do wonder if her dementia was part of the problem. Where was she able to accurately communicate with them her circumstances, her situation? Like, did they get clear answers out of her? Was that part of it? But even in that case, you would say this patient has dementia, and we need someone who knows how to deal with dementia to work out how to communicate and work out what's wrong with this person. So that either way, it looks like they didn't take care of her like they should have, and it's just really sad to think that she passed unnecessarily. That had she gone somewhere else, somewhere that was better staffed or took things more seriously, she would have had whatever condition was either, because I don't know if she already had a pre-existing situation that wasn't addressed, or whether she had something that they didn't find because they didn't look. I'm not exactly sure. There's not a lot of detail. I've only seen like one little news article about it. And it's just sad, but they're basically suing because they don't want to see this happen to anyone else, because clearly this medical centre is not, well, I can't say clearly, I don't want to get in trouble, but they well, allegedly this medical centre isn't fully staffed and isn't taking care of people like they should, and it's probably not really, I don't know. When you look at the health industry, how often places are having to deal with a budget that doesn't give them the money to get the amount of staff or have the amount of staff. It might have been something they couldn't do anything about, that they were aware of but couldn't do anything about because there wasn't the money, they didn't have the budget. Or it could have just been unnecessary cost cutting. We really don't know. But either way, it's going to all come out because it's going to court. So we'll see what happens. We'll hear what happens. But it's a bit sad. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this situation.